Ba-da-da-da-da-do. Hey,
Yeah.
Brett.
Hey, dude, what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing, man. Just freaking ready to rock and roll. But you know what? I'm ready to party. I'm ready to get in this episode. I'm excited about it. Love this stuff. It's going to be great. But I'm out of freaking drink here. I got to go get a refill.
Well, you gotta stay hydrated because this could be a long episode.
Exactly. I got to make sure everything is good to go there, or we got to make sure everything's nice and the voice can project nice and well. So, that being said, I'll be right back.
Oh, no, Brad, no. Do you not watch scary movies? You're not supposed. And I thought I was the dumb one. Oh, Bradley. Hello?
Where am I? Your front porch. Turn on the patio lights.
I'm going to call your bluff. Be right back.
All right, got my drink in, ready to rock and roll. Brett, where the hell are you? Hey, yeah. What do you got? Remember that freaking Die Hard 5 freaking dog shit movie? Fuck Bruce Willis. No shit, no. I'm not doing that.
Surprise!
What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting, where we hunt for the good reels so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad. Got the Brett Man right over here. We got a very special guest down here, freaking Destiny Faulkner here, fellow freaking stream demon. She's
Hey! This is the Shrine Queen. Treat our Majesty with respect, okay?
Oh God! Don't
Right,
give me
you are.
Don't give me too much credit.
You guys may know her from, she is the co-host of Creepin' It Real over on Chris Snyder's channel. She's soon going to be doing her own freaking channel, Final Destination. I made that up. I think it's going to be something.
That. Oh my God! Where were you a few months ago when I needed a cool name? I like that one.
It rings. It flows well. But here she is. Obviously, if you guys know her, she's a big Scream fan. So we have her here today. We're going to rank all the Ghostface killers, and then we're going to do a little discussion for Scream 5. So it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a great time.
Well, it'll be fun if she's trying not to kill me.
We'll see.
I was wondering where those phone calls were coming from.
Yeah, I just get really bored sometimes.
Oh, so. Is that it?
Yeah,
okay, let's pick on Brett. He's the most gullible.
We all get a little mad sometimes.
Exactly.
Yes, we do.
Exactly.
So how are you guys
alone?
Doing? Leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
How are you guys doing today? That's the question.
Doing good.
You too.
Tired, but good.
Yeah, doing good as well. So I've been excited, looking forward to this episode. So I say, without further ado, let's get started.
Sounds good, dude. Brett, why don't you go ahead and start us off? We got 7 Ghostface killers here from the movies. We're not doing the TV shows or any kind of extracurricular thing. We're going straight from the movies, and it's going to be a good time. Brett, you want to get us kicked off?
I was going to suggest ladies first. So, Destiny, you want to go with our number 7?
Yeah, so my number 7 for the killers ranked will be Charlie from Scream 4. I never liked him. He's just so whiny and annoying and just can't take any responsibility. You know what I mean? And just bad vibes. 100%. I want a fun killer. I don't like him.
Yeah, exactly. So, Brett, do you want to go or do I want to go?
You want to go, Brett.
All right, we'll just do like a Destiny, me, and you. All
That
right,
sounds like a
my
plan.
number 7 is also going to be Charlie. Charlie, I will give him one thing. He was a brutal killer. Scream 4 to me was one of the most brutal like ghost faces we have seen. But I'm with Destiny. I've never really liked Charlie, especially the part where he stabs Kirby. So that's a little bit of a sore spot for me.
Yeah, dude, I freaking agree, man. Charlie's also mine. No surprise. He's just of everybody on the list, he's the least memorable, and the one I forgot his name when I was trying to think of the list there.
Me too.
So yeah,
Yeah, see,
he's
there you go. Like even when I rewatched it recently, I'm like, wait a minute, who's this guy's name?
Yeah, it's like
Ex-
the guy with the long hair. Who was
yeah.
that? Yeah.
He just wasn't interesting or compelling to me. But yeah, I think we all agree there. What about number 6?
All right. So for number 6, I have Mrs. Loomis, aka Billy's mother. I like it because there's, the whole thing with Billy, and I like that angle. You have like a little Mrs. Voorhees type thing. But I still don't really like her for some reason. I really like Scream 2, but both killers aren't my favorite. There's just something about her. Maybe because she's like a little bit older, and I don't know, maybe it's who's playing her. It's just for some reason I just can't buy into it. But I like the reveal. I just don't really care for her too much.
Okay. Yeah, I could easily see that. You'll be probably shocked later on my list. My number 6 is going to have to be from Scream 2 as well, but this time we're going with Mickey. Mickey to me, he's super entertaining. He has the look of a killer too, and I always just appreciate Timothy Olyphant's performance with anything that he does. And but I will say his motivations are not the best with, like blaming the movies and all that. I'm just like, no, I don't buy that as a motive. And one of my favorite kills in the entire franchise, I think it was him killing Cece, Sarah Michelle Gellar's character. I really enjoyed that death scene, and that's why I put Mickey as my number 6.
Right on, dude. He's fantastic, man. Timothy Olyphant's always a win, man. My number 6 is Mrs. Loomis as well. For kind of, I mean, I said kind of the same reasons. I mean, I thought my favorite part about her was the fact that I didn't see it coming. I did like that. Because mainly we didn't know who it was. It was just some reporter throughout the movie, and then it turns out to be the killer. I like that concept, but I don't know. She just kind of seemed, I don't know, forgettable too, almost. And she wasn't really in. I mean, she was in the movie, a decent amount, but I don't know. It was just so much of a coming out of nowhere, out of left field, I guess, that she's just not, that memorable to me, I guess. So she's down here pretty low on my list.
Okay, so we are on to number 5, Destiny.
Number 5, also from Scream 2, I have Mickey. It kind of hurts putting Timothy Olyphant this low because I love him and he's so attractive, especially as Mickey. But I don't know. I kind of like he does. I'm pretty sure he kills Cece. I really don't think Mrs. Loomis could chunk Cece over there. I don't know though. I don't know how she works out, but I feel like Mickey does maybe most of the kills in that one. I really don't know how many Mrs. Loomis is doing, but I don't know. Again, he's kind of almost forgettable because, like you're saying, Brad, about Mrs. Loomis. Also, I feel like Mickey, he has the look of a killer, but he's also not in the movie that much. He's out of it for most part. You kind of forget he's even a part of the movie, and then you're like, oh shit, that makes sense. I do like the angle though when he makes Sydney think that her boyfriend Derek is the other killer. Like I really like that part because that's pretty fucked up, and he like torments her. So I like him. It's just there's so many great ones that he falls a little bit lower on my list.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because I thought Sydney's boyfriend from Scream 2 was one of the two killers. So when he gets shot by Mickey, that threw me way off guard. I'm like, oh shit, we only have one killer. And of course, I was wrong on that part.
Of course. Of course.
So my number 5 is actually going to be Roman from Scream 3. Him, at first I didn't like really the brother angle, but as you did the chat discussion for Scream 3 on Chris's live watch along, it makes complete sense, and I'm actually over it now where I do agree that the brother angle works. But just what I really don't like about him is just, you know, didn't like him, like his influence, like on everything, like influencing Billy, influencing Stu, like him being like the little puppet master. Like I wasn't really buying that. And plus, I love the original so much. So when you try to screw with the original, you're going to put me in the wrong, like leave a little sour taste in my mouth. But I will say the thing I did like, I like the little voice changer where he gets like Sydney's voice or Gail's voice or Dewey's voice. It just kind of like tricks everybody. And I thought that was a very unique take on a Ghostface killer.
I agree. Those are good points. We'll talk about him some more here in a little bit. But the next one on my list, and I'm not copying you, Destiny, but my next one is also Mickey here as well. And it's really, I mean, kind of the same reasons you just said. I like the way he's batshit crazy there at the end, like after the reveal and stuff. I do like all that. And Timothy Oliphant was fantastic. But again, he was just kind of wasn't in there a lot leading up to the end. So that was kind of it. And his motivation was, weak to say it the best. Just how he got roped in by Mrs. Loomis was kind of just a weak storyline for motive purposes. But I did enjoy him revealing everything at the end and killing the boyfriend and that whole thing. Like you said, fun stuff, just not as memorable as some of the other ones.
Okay. So we are now in the top 4. So Destiny, what is your number 4?
All right, so my number 4 is actually Roman. I almost feel like Roman's maybe a little underrated, even though he's more in the middle of my list.
Mm-hmm.
I think people just like to shit on Scream 3 because, it's something all right. But I feel like Roman's actually pretty underrated, and I understand like the whole brother angle. It's never bothered me, but I've watched it since I was a kid, so I didn't realize Scream 3 was like a bad movie, so I was just like, yay, cool, more. But the end, I fucking love the end of Scream 3. I think it has one of the best final acts out of all of them. I love when Sydney and Roman are fighting and they're screaming at each other, and then he gets stabbed in the back and they're just shooting at each other. I love that scene. Like the lose something, found something, shoots her. That is such a great scene, and I feel like he's pretty, and I don't like the whole part where it goes back to the first one and it's retconned and he's the mastermind, like Brett was saying. I don't like that aspect because I don't think you should take away from Billy and Stu. I know why they had to tie it in. I don't care for that. But Roman on his own in Scream 3, I feel like he does a really good job. And I like most of the kills from Scream 3, besides the explosion one. That one's.
Hey, the explosion was money, dude. That was the best one in the franchise. They put a lot of money into that.
The big money shot.
Oh my
damn house.
Hey, that's what happens if you don't pay your gas bill.
Dude, I'm always scared something like that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, me too. Like I got my grill out there, and I'm like, okay, that gas on a hot sunny day, that gas can just explode and I'd be dead. But
just don't check
your
faxes. Just don't check your faxes, and you'll be fine.
Awesome.
So let's see here. My number 4 is going to be Mrs. Loomis, Billy's mother. To me, she has one of the best motivations to be Ghostface because obviously her son Billy died. And of course, nothing's more powerful than a mother's love. So I totally agreed of why she wanted to get revenge on Sydney. But of course, there are better ways to do it. but I thought she manipulates Mickey really good. And another thing I liked about her too, she blends very well with the crowd. So she like becomes forgettable, where you really don't like suspect her like to be like a ghost face, like with her being a reporter and always just like following Gail around and just being where the action is. So that's why I put Billy's mom at number 4.
Good choice. Good choice. She does have the best motivation, I think. I mean, at least up there with it. So my number 4, and I'm still not copying you, but it is Roman as well. From Scream
y'all
3.
talked this over.
No, dude. Roman, I like him just for the reasons both of you guys said. I thought he was kind of the smartest of the bunch, the most cerebral, and meticulous with his kills and his movements and everything like that. So I like that, and I liked. I didn't necessarily like the brother thing too much. All that stuff tying into the first one. I wasn't a huge fan of that, but I thought the actor did a really good job. And I love the way that he was more, more mind games than ever before, and smartest, killer yet. And I love, like you said, the voice changer was fantastic. That was a really cool little thing that they were doing, because it added some intrigue to the calls, because you never knew who you were talking to. So that was cool. And I like, he's wearing the bulletproof vest at the end, and he gets freaking shot, and you're like, oh yeah, man, he got him, or she got him. And then nope, he runs away. And yeah, but you're right. That whole freaking end sequence is fantastic. It's one of my favorites moments of the franchise as well. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
Oh yeah. Awesome. All right, so on to number 3. For my number 3, I have Stu from the original Scream.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, number 3. And the top 3 was the hardest for me. The rest of them, I was like, okay, not that bad. Top 3, I was like, oh damn, I don't know. And my thing with Stu is I feel like Billy's the one that's really in control in Scream. He's kind of the one that's putting it all together. Because even at the end, when Billy's like, your mom was like fucking my dad pretty much, you could tell like Stu did not know that. He's completely surprised, which means he's not in on everything. He doesn't know everything. So I feel like he's there, like he said, like peer pressure. I think he is a little crazy. Obviously, he's going around killing people with no true motive, but because it's just, he's just doing it because he's doing it, to me, that doesn't almost give enough, even though I think the performance is fantastic. And the first Scream just has so many great characters to where it's like, I don't even want to put him at 3, but compared to the other 2 on my list, I think he sits a little bit below, just because there's no real motive. And I know some people say that's scarier, but to me, I'm like, I don't know. It just doesn't do enough for me.
Okay, I can see that. I'm just surprised just because how much you and I both loved the first Scream movie. I'm very surprised you didn't have him.
It hurts.
Yeah, but just with your explanation, you are absolutely right. Of a strong case of why he needs to be number 3. But my number 3 is going to go with Jill from Scream 4. To me, she had a very great plan on how to get away with it, and she really almost did until she slipped up at the hospital. And she's very smart. She's cunning. She manipulates the hell out of Charlie to get Charlie to do whatever she wanted. But just the thing that holds me back for her to be in the top 2 is just her motive about not go to work, be famous. Like that's all she wants to do is be famous. And I'm like, well, damn girl, you can freaking start a YouTube channel. You can do makeup designing. You could just go on epic rants, but you don't have to damn kill people and kill your family relative of Sydney. Like, dang gum. But other than that, but I still love Emma Roberts' performance. She played the role of Jill awesome. So that's why I put Jill as my number 3.
Right, you are, Bert. I agree with you on this one.
Wow. All right.
Jill is my number 3 as well. A lot of the reasons you just said, mostly I like her because she was kind of set up to take the reins from Sydney there for most of the movie, kind of. So I didn't see it coming. at the end, whenever the reveal happened, it was the last thing I really expected because they did a pretty good job of developing that relationship between Sydney and Jill. And it worked. They had good chemistry together, and I thought they were, I thought they had a nice, compelling little story, and yeah, she was kind of just setting up to take the reins, I guess. And then at the end, curveball, I'm not doing that. I'm freaking killing people. And then she starts throwing herself in the tables and all of that, and that got a little interesting. But yeah, like you said, the motive is her weakest thing, I guess. I mean, it's not as bad as some of the other ones on the list, but it's yeah, I mean, it's I don't know, it's surprising, but either way, I liked it. It worked for me, and she's my favorite part of the fourth movie, I think. Better than the sheriff lady, for sure.
Oh, we do not talk about Judy Hicks.
What? Save your chest. Passes out. She's fucking weird. All right. My number 2, I have Jill. For everything y'all have already said, I love her in Scream 4. Besides Kirby, like Kirby and Jill are my favorite parts of Scream 4 because, again, she's like who you think is gonna be your final girl. Who you think, if this was like a new trilogy, like she's gonna be the one carrying the movies, but then no, she's the mastermind behind the killing. She probably didn't really do any of the killings. You would probably be able to tell if it was her because she's a little small, but I love, like you were saying, the relationship between her and Sydney and every like conversation they have, because then it's like, oh, like you remind me of me when I was your age, like, and I love that, and I love that it's like an actual like their family, because I think that makes it even more worse whenever she betrays them. And I love that reveal in Scream 4. I feel like that's something, honestly, the first one is kind of missing. Is I love the killers, but I feel like the reveal, I want to see the unmasking. I want to see the mask come off the face.
Yes.
That's my favorite part. But I really like that part with Jill. So that's my number 2.
Yeah, and you said it best too. Like when I saw this in theaters, I thought the same thing. I'm like, yes, Jill's going to be the one that carries the torch onto like a brand new series of films, and then boom, she reveals herself as the killer.
Yeah.
Just fantastic scene. So I totally agree on that.
My mind was definitely blown.
Yeah, and that was my first Scream movie too in theaters too. So my reaction to theaters was just, I wish there was a picture taken.
Yeah. This is like the only one because I've watched the first 3 growing up. So I can't remember a time when I didn't know who the killer was except for 4, because I remember watching this for the first time. So this one kind of has like a little special place in my heart because I can remember that feeling of being surprised by who's the Ghostface, because the other ones I feel like it's just in my brain. I've always known. So
yeah, that's a
nice
great
to be surprised.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's just like, again, Scream 4 was my first in theater, so the shock value definitely impacted like more of an almost just as more as the first one, even though the first one's just still the greatest of all time. So my number 2, my 1 and 2, it can go either way. It just really just depends on what I'm feeling. But right now, my number 2 is Stu. Stu to me is the best, like I want to say lackey. I would kind of say sidekick, like the number 2 Ghostface killer. He's the best one. He's easily the most entertaining with amazing quotes of like "Leave her alone" or "She's no Sharon Stone." I mean, like
woozy here.
Yeah, feeling a little woozy. I'm Houston. We got a problem.
I love that part. The fuck, hit me with a phone, Dick. I love that. It's so great. He's so good.
Like I could go all day of why I love Stu, and just the only thing that holds me back again is the motivation. Like, but I think I agree with you saying that he probably didn't know the whole story, and I kind of wish I thought of that. Like, damn, maybe I could have put him at number 1 if I just even thought about that. But just number 2 is Stu, and gosh, oh my, he's such a fun character.
Absolutely, dude, and we'll keep that train rolling because that's my number 2 as well. And yeah, same things you just said. He was fantastic. One of the best characters in the franchise, if he's not the best. He's up there. Great. He's very entertaining throughout. Again, the only reason he's not number one here is just because of the motivation thing. He doesn't really seem to me. He doesn't fit as the killer to me. Like I don't know. I just didn't see it. I mean, it was a nice twist to have him there, and I'm glad they did. But at the same time, like I just don't know. His motivation is lacking quite a bit. Just because, like you said, like he didn't even know what the heck he was doing. Like he didn't know anything about Billy's motivation apparently. So, yeah, he just kind of jumped in and was having a good time. But man, was he entertaining while he was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we are on to our number one. So Destiny, what is your number one?
All right, it's probably no surprise for anyone because I feel like we all might have the same, but it's Billy from the original Scream. I feel like, to me, Billy can't be topped. I feel like he is the best of the best. And what's so great about Billy is, like, when you watch the first one, you know, like, he's going to be the killer. Like, there's no way he's not the killer with how he's set up. But then they do the little subversion of, oh, he got arrested, but there's another call. And I love the fact that there is two killers because you don't think there's two killers. So I love that little plan that they had. I think that was so smart because then you're like, oh, fuck. It's not Billy, the one who I really thought it was. But then when you find out, no, it is Billy, it's like you already knew, but the way they do it still kind of surprises you. When he turns around and, you know, corn syrup, yeah, it's such a great little twist, even though to me it's not really a twist, but Billy's just so scummy. I mean, he gets Sydney to sleep with him while, you know, he just killed Tatum. Like, I'm pretty sure he's the one that killed Tatum. I think he's the only one that could have done it, you know. So it's like he just killed Tatum, runs back in, gives Stu that little look like that I just killed her, and then goes upstairs and sleeps with Sydney, just knowing I'm about to kill you after this. Like, what the fuck? That's so crazy.
Yeah, and breaking the rule too of like the virgin, like if you're a virgin, you get to live, and he took that away from her. And
exactly. And I love that part. And then when Stu's like, ooh, like that part's so funny. But yeah, that's my number one, Billy.
Okay, well, let's continue with the train, I guess. My number one is Billy, with a lot of the reasons that you have said, but the one thing I want to add on to it is his presence. Like, the first time I saw him on screen, I'm like, oh, he's got killer vibes written all over him. Like, his hair is, like, sleazy and slimy. Just, like, the way he talks, talking about, I thought about you while watching The Exorcist. Like... Yeah, it's just like really creepy. Like, he brings like a creepy, uncomfortable atmosphere. And then as he gets thrown in jail, I was the same way. I'm like, well, okay, I thought he was the killer. And he still could. And then the second call, I'm like, okay, maybe Billy's not the killer, but I'm not going to shy away from that. And then, as you said, the reveal where he goes, we all go a little mad sometimes. And then corn syrup or the cornstarch
corn syrup, the pig's blood from Carrie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I loved him too, because he knows his horror movie genre as well, and he does follow the rules. And I think for killers, they thought, no, screw the rules, I'm just going to go kill. But no, he has a plan. He followed the plan within like a horror movie, and I just think Billy is just amazing. He's, to me, Ghostface.
Brett, you are. I agree. Obviously, that's my numero uno as well. Reasons being, you guys said them all already for the most part, but I do like kind of what you were saying, how you can tell from the first time you see this guy when he's knocking on the window and sneaks in, like he's just a sleazy, freaking weird, like, you know, he's kind of a crazy guy, and we get those vibes really early on, and it carries on throughout. And I love the way they the twist of him being the killer, he's like your obvious killer, right? But it's still a twist at the end, and they drag that out to the last possible freaking second to let you know for sure. With it, not only with him getting arrested at one point, and the whole second killer thing, but then like you said, Brett, the pig's blood thing, he gets stabbed. You're like, oh, now he's dead. He's definitely not the killer now, because they left you a little bit of they left a little bit of a nugget that. A nugget that he could still be the killer, even when he was arrested, because he got his one phone call or whatever. And he's like, okay, maybe he did that. But then like he gets freaking stabbed, and it's like, no way, he's not your guy. He's not the killer. And then whoosh, one more twist there at the end, and sure enough, he is.
Yes.
But yeah, he's just freaking. He's just a creepy dude. And yeah, he's got the motive. It's there. And yeah, fantastic job. He's the best.
Yeah, he definitely, like, to me, had the second best motive out of all the Ghostface killers behind his mother. Like, I totally didn't blame him for. Did he go a little bit extreme with everything he did for his motive? Absolutely. But again, this is a horror movie, so you got to have fun with it. And Billy definitely made us have fun with it.
And what about that time they ran into each other at the school, dude? That was kind of a weird, little creepy meeting too. Whenever they ran into each other after he got arrested, and then
wait, are we talking about from Scream or from Scream 2?
It's
where
from
we
Scream.
had those actors play him.
Oh
no, I'm not talking about Luke Wilson, dude.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the real dude, the real deal.
He's like, I was like in jail. He's like, remember, like his hand all up. Like, damn, yeah, she knows. Yeah, that. Yeah. And then he's just like, my mom left too. It's like, it's not the same. Your mom's not dead, you asshole. And he's like, stupid. Like, yeah, you are stupid. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, Billy.
All throughout the movie, man, he just gives you those vibes, and I like it. And they still managed a way. They still found a way to make it a twist at the end, even though it was pretty obvious at the same time. So I thought he was awesome. He's the best. Fantastic. It's a good list.
Yeah,
a lot of really good killers.
I copied Destiny's for the first 4, and then Bert's for the last 3, and there we go.
Yeah, it was just those two. If I would have gone Stu and then Jill, we would have the exact same list.
God, you're right.
I was there for that. No, I'm just.
You didn't get the memo, Bert?
No,
seriously.
I threw it in the trash along with the junk mail. So. Do you want to get to the second part of our video about Scream 5 talk?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So Scream 5, we talked about that. That was our very first full episode on our channel many months ago, 2, 3 months, 4 months. I don't even know. It's been a while, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to talking to it again. So what, since we just talked about the killers, what do you guys want to see out of the killers in this movie?
Yes.
What'd you say, Bert? Oh.
I want to see some more gruesome kills, I think. I kind of feel like it might, I don't know. It's like I do, but I don't. Because I feel like Scream 4 is pretty, like, visceral, of course, with the Olivia, I think that's her name, the next door neighbor.
In the bedroom.
Yes, that gets pretty gnarly. It almost feels kind of weird because, like, Scream has never really been like that. But I think since this is supposed to be, like, its own thing, I think it should go for that. And, I mean, with Halloween Kills coming out, like, that's kind of like that new thing is, like, super over top. Not so much torture porn, but just over the top bloody. So I think I want to see more blood. Some fun, gruesome kills.
Oh yeah, and I actually saw a picture, like either on Twitter or on Instagram, of a picture. There's like making fun of themselves, going, "Oh, just cleaning up a little blood," and like the whole floor is full of blood. So and that's what I love about the Scream franchise is they just love to mess with us.
Bet they do. I would like to see some more interesting kills as well, because a lot of them in the franchise are just freaking slashing, like knife kills. So something cool. I remember that garage door kill from the first one, dude. Even as impractical as it is, it's a good time.
Something different.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to see some things to mix things up a little bit. Bert, is there what do you think about the kills there, man, my man?
No, a while back, Icon mentioned that if the killer were to be like a crazy fan and just like it's just reenacting some of the famous movies, that they can actually use some kills like using the machete for Jason or using what was I saying? Like a chainsaw for Leatherface. Or just like doing something unique like that. But I've gone away from like it being like a fan killer. I'm sure we'll do our predictions here soon. But Desi said the best. I just want more brutal kills, more creative kills, and I also want us to have another great score. Like I feel like those are very popular with like popular horror movies. From Halloween 2018, I love the score in that movie, and I would love for Scream to do that as well. Because I think my favorite of the franchise is Scream 2. That's my favorite soundtrack.
It's a good one, dude.
Really?
Remember when he's dancing on the tables and stuff?
Oh, I think I love you.
Oh, well, I'm just kidding. I'm not going
And then Mickey's just like not even like, I don't know. He just looks.
We should have known at that point.
Yeah. Such a great song.
So, kind of along those lines of the killers, do you think are we going to get the two killer formula again? Is it going to be single killer? What do you guys want to see there with that? You want to see something crazy? 3 killers, maybe? I don't know. A whole posse?
Yeah. I really don't think I want one killer, because even though from Scream 3 there was a second killer, but they cut that part, so there's only one killer. It just feels wrong every time I watch him. Like, I just want that other person, because I feel like that Scream's thing is to have 2 killers, and maybe they want to just do one to throw you off because it's a new movie, but maybe it'll be 3. I think that'd be maybe pushing it a little bit too much, but I don't know. I think might as well go for it, because then you have 2 and you think that's it. And if someone else is revealed to be a killer, that would be the first out of any Scream movie to have 3 killers. So I think 3 would be pretty cool. Maybe a little too much, but I say go for it. You might as well.
Yeah, you could. You could even kill one off really early on in the movie. Like maybe the first time they're duking it out with our protagonist, whether it's Sydney or whatever. They freaking get the better of him, kill him, whatever, identify him. Oh, what the heck? And then later there's 2 more at the end. I mean, that could be cool.
That would be really cool.
So for me, I like to have 2 because, that Screams thing, as Destiny said, and that I like the original so much. So anything like you can borrow from the original, I'm going to love. And just have the 2 killers is the best thing to do. And I appreciate what they try to do with Scream 3, with trying to be different and doing 1. And I'm trying to think. Yeah, with trying to do 1 for Scream 3 because of Roman being the mastermind, and the mastermind you only need you, yourself, and I. But for Scream 5, I don't think, like Destiny said again, I think 3 is too much. But if they want to do that, I actually can see a way that they could. Throughout the whole movie, they do 2. And then you could do something towards the end of the movie where you introduce the 3rd one. And that's where you go to Scream 6, introducing that 3rd killer from 5.
Yeah, I like that. Do we know anything like about the story direction yet? I mean, have you guys? I know there's not been too much that that's been revealed yet, but I didn't know.
No,
I know you mentioned something at some point about some. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything we know about the story or not yet that you guys wanted to talk about.
no.
There's just like one thing from like the whatever it's called, IMBD.
IMBD.
There we go. It just says a woman returning to her hometown to try to find out who has been committing a series of vicious crimes. So far, I think that's the only thing we've really got.
so it's pretty much the plot from Scream 4. Sydney comes home and
right, yeah.
Yeah, so I figured that's what they were trying to do. Is like they're keeping this like straight to the chest of like not letting anything get spoiled. So that doesn't come as a shock to me. I don't think we're going to know more until that first teaser trailer comes out.
Right, you are. So yeah, that makes sense. I could see that. Now, how do you guys think they're going to tackle the obviously Scream? The first one came out in the 90s. Okay, everybody's phones were a big thing back then. Not anymore. Nobody answers shit unless they know who's calling, right? Like nobody does that. So how are they going to do the whole phone thing, or how are they going to implement new age technology? They did it a little bit in Scream 4. But are they going to do? I mean, are we going to see some text? Are we going to see some other stuff, or is it even going to be a part of it at all? You think? I mean, what would you guys like to see in that category?
TikTok. Yes,
Snapchat.
Ghostface sends you a TikTok doing something crazy, and then he'll go in and kill you.
They did that in the TV series a little bit, didn't they?
Oh, I hope not. I'm still watching Scream Season 3. Please don't tell me they did that.
I thought that was in the first season. Not with TikTok, but like videos and things like that. Like,
it's been like so long since I've seen that. I remember text messages, I think.
Yes, they definitely did some of that.
Yeah, they did text for Scream Season 1 and 2, and I actually like that just because it's a new era, new technology, and that's the better way that most people communicate these things. So I can easily see texting playing an influence on this new Scream movie.
Yeah, texting, like any sort of instant messaging, like Facebook Messenger, Twitter, Snapchat even.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of weird because I like the phone calls, but like you said, even though I am one of those people, like I'll answer my phone like immediately. I'm like, who is this? Like I'm not like waiting. I'm like, hello. So, but like, yeah, calling isn't so much. Maybe like voice memos.
Oh,
like,
that'd be good.
Record and send those. I've been starting to do that more now instead of like texting. That'd be kind of cool to see, because then you could still hear the voice. Because I want to hear the voice. I don't want to.
I know you got to hear the voice.
Text messages. I'm here for the voice.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. Roger L. Jackson's back, reprising the role in the Ghostface voice.
Yeah,
and
I did
so
see
we'll get some voice there. Yeah, I think you could do. Yeah, that. I mean, with text, you can do some creepy stuff with text messages. I mean, you could do like pictures and stuff or whatever. Like you can all kind of incorporate all that. Videos, like you could make some creepy stuff happen with that, I think. So I think that'd be cool. Like, you freaking, how creepy is it if you're sitting here on your couch and you get a picture of your freaking your bedroom or something from some stranger? You know what I mean? Like
like in Hush, when she's just sitting there on her laptop, but then gets a picture from her phone. Like they could do something like that. That'd be really cool, because that's a creepy scene. Because what do you do? Like obviously someone is in your house. So I think that would be really cool and a way to modernize it, because there's landlines in Scream 4. We never really had a landline, so I don't know when those were gone, but that was like 2011. I feel like they're at least on a sharp decline maybe in that time. So it's kind of weird to even see that being used in Scream 4, because it's supposed to be like modern, but it doesn't feel super modern to me.
Yeah, 100%. Because I imagine a lot of people are the same way. Most people even. If I get a call from a number I don't know, I don't answer it. I just if it's important, they're going to leave a message or they'll text me. If it's somebody that actually needs to get in contact, so many scammers
or get you a second warning on your car insurance.
Exactly, dude. I've already got 3 of them though. But yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, who knows? But I just thought that was kind of an interesting thing to think about, because it's such a big part of the franchise, and it's 2021 now, and I don't know. I don't know how you get the voice incorporated, but yeah, I think we can do some good stuff with it, nonetheless. So, given the plot that we have, the very limited plot, what's going to happen in this bad boy, man?
Prediction time.
Ooh, yeah.
Anthony, you first.
What's gonna happen? I feel like one of the 3 returning cast members will get killed off. there's one that it does not need to be. If it is, I'm fighting someone.
It's got to be Sydney, right? I mean, you have to kill her off early to set the tone and then
We'll fight.
hand off the reign.
Well, Brad's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll fight, Brad. That's okay after this. I don't know. There's been kind of some, like, who could be the opening kill. I don't know if I should say that because there's really nothing. Selena Gomez.
Yeah, I've been hearing that rumor too. Like she's supposed to play like what Lucy Hale did in Scream 4.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true because the only like speculation was like some of the cast members followed her, and that's been like a lot of speculation. Is if you follow someone, you're in Scream 5 now. Like if anyone follows someone, it's like, oh, you're coming in Scream 5. You're the opening kill. So.
But see, that's what Scream 5. Again, that's what Scream loves to do. They love to mess with the audience.
They're just fucking with us because. You know, everyone's looking into that, but I'm expecting a great opening kill, as always. I don't think it would be any of the three. I almost feel like maybe that's wrong to open it that way, because if someone gets killed off, I want it done in a respectful way, in something, like, meaningful. Don't do, like, Halloween Resurrection, kill her off, it's nothing, we're good. Don't do that. Do something to where whoever it is giving up their life in order to protect someone else, to save someone else. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah, like again, passing the torch or like using their stardom like for their popular character to help another character. I'm a huge fan of that.
Yeah, I kind of think maybe Jenna Ortega will be your new Sydney.
Same.
Not saying like Sydney's gonna get killed off and then it's gonna be her. I really hope that does not happen. But I think because she's kind of the new like upcoming like, you know, she was in You and then she was in Killer Queen, the Babysitter 2. She's starting to make her name for herself, and so I think Scream 5 is really gonna be her movie. I think the other three are gonna be on the sidelines because you have Judy Hicks, she is going to be in the movie, which kind of makes me happy because it's a tie-in to Scream 4, and to me, if Judy can come back, that means Kirby can come back.
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear.
That means Kirby's coming, so I hope Kirby comes back at least at the end. I hope even in 6, because this isn't going to be the only Scream movie they do. There's going to be more after this. If Kirby doesn't come back like at all, I'm going to be so let down because I think Kirby needs to come back.
Yes, and I'm going to carry along what you said there because Kirby is like almost my favorite character in the entire Scream franchise. And when she gets stabbed by Charlie, that was just an emotional gut punch for me. Because to me, she's the second. Yeah, like she's the second coming.
Or was it a gut stab?
It was. I felt what she was feeling. Oh God.
Let's just say it was very excruciating painful for both parties, for the watcher and Kirby. But yeah, Kirby to me is the second coming of Randy. Like she reminds me so much of the Randy character, but for a female, and I think that is just awesome. And just Hayden did a great job with the Kirby character as well. So as Destiny said, if Sydney dies, she's going to fight somebody. If Kirby doesn't come back in some shape or form, whether good or evil, I'm going to fight somebody. That's how much I love the Kirby character. And my big prediction for this movie, and I was just kind of thinking about it with like, there's supposed to be a rumor flashback scene with Stu and Billy, and they're having Stu's house back. So I was just kind of thinking, like, okay, you all know in Halloween 18 where you got Aaron and Dana, they were the podcasters. What if we did that, but they were like doing a big story on the screen, on the first Scream movie, and they go back to those iconic places like Sydney's house, Stu's house, because again, we saw a picture of Stu's house. So what if we go back and do like a whole big documentary and then they show like footage from the previous movie? That's where we see Billy and Stu. And then the killer knows about this documentary. He's like, all right, let's shake things up again. And then it's just a whole big killing spree happens.
I like it. I don't
Yeah.
mind it. I
Yeah.
like.
Anything's possible with this
Mhm.
movie.
Yeah, see, that's what I love about Scream. It's just anything's possible. They can do wherever direction they want to go.
100%, man. I think yeah, there's plenty of different directions you can go. I think you could almost kill off Courtney Cox there at the beginning.
Mhm.
Just because I don't know. I mean, I like her in this franchise quite a bit. She's fantastic. She's definitely the most killable of the three, though, I think. It would also set some intrigue because her and David Arquette, they're still married in the movies. So that would set up a nice little revenge kind of thing. That would put Dewey in a mindset that we haven't seen him in before, and I think that could make things interesting for the plot. But I don't know. I don't really see it happening. Just because that's a bit much. And again, anytime a main character dies in the beginning, it sucks. Like Cotton in the third one, and Jamie Lee in Resurrection, things like that.
And
kind of
Drew
takes you out.
Barrymore in the original.
Yeah, precisely. But yeah, I mean, I think you could maybe do that and set a good storyline up off of that, and it'd be fine. But getting away from that, looking at the killers here. Okay, we all know that Kyle Gallner is going to be one of them, just because it's obvious when you look at the guy.
Exactly.
But you said something there a second ago, Brett, about bringing Kirby back, either good or bad. And I think it would be a badass thing if she was revealed as the second killer at the end. Had no idea she was in the movie, and then at the end, freaking, and then what are you doing over there?
Or my idea about the third killer, that very last scene that Kirby could be revealed as the third killer, and then going into Scream 6. We all know that Kirby is the killer, while the rest of the remaining cast or the new cast will have absolutely no idea. And that would be a different twist on a Scream movie.
I think so too, man. I think that would be because you would set a nice cliffhanger up for the next one. It'd be the first time a killer has survived a movie going into the next one, and I think that would be really cool to have. I think we talked about this a little bit in our last video, Brett, when we did this, and I think it'd be interesting to leave it on something like that, where you kill maybe one or two killers, and you think it's all fine and dandy, and everybody's going to have a good day, and then you have some crazy scene at the end that just sets up another one. Or
yes, that involves 1 to 3 killers. Because I remember that discussion now where originally I had it where Cindy was doing a call, and then somebody was killing Cindy, and there's the phone lying on the ground, and you hear Dewey going, "Cindy, Cindy," and then the blood splatters on that phone, and that's the ending shot. That's originally, Destiny, you don't look happy. You okay?
She wouldn't watch the next one in that case, dude.
Honestly, if that happens, I wouldn't watch the next one. I'd be like, unless I found out that she's lived and comes back in the next one, I would not watch it.
See, and that could still be a possibility, but that's just now thinking about it now and just what we discussed, Destiny. It would be a disrespect for Sydney to die. I think she's just so popular for Final Girl that her only role in Scream 5 is to put over the next, I wouldn't say the next Sydney Prescott, but just the next Final Girl. And then once that happens, then she could just be written off peacefully. I can really see that. But I can see Gail being that replacement from Sydney of my idea towards the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that'd be a good spot for that to happen as well. Nice little cliffhanger. You're like, oh shit, what is going to happen now? I think that'd be fantastic. And I think Kirby would make a fantastic killer. Because she's got the motivation. She's already got freaking murked in the last one. But now she's like, all right, well, now I'm going to do the murking. And so it's going to, I think that'd be fun. And we already know her. So it's not like a total, here's the last second person to throw you off. Like Pamela was in the first Friday the 13th. It's like, you've seen her in the last movie. You know who it is. So yeah, I think it'd be cool. And it would be unexpected. So I think that would be sweet. I also want to see freaking a descendant of Cotton Weary come in and kill some people too, like a sibling or something like that. But
so do you think that can be? I got his name here, Dylan Minetti.
Yeah, he looks like a killer too. I think.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of could be the son of Cotton. Really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. They call him. Cool. They call him freaking. another fabric that I can't think of right now.
Polyester.
Yes, there we go.
I don't know. That's the first one that came in my head. Yeah, I had another kind of little theory. I don't know how really good it is, but here's my thing. Because, I've seen stuff about Stu coming back. Not like in flashback, but like him coming back. They're like, how could we write Stu into this? And here's my idea. I was like, what if, he survives the first one, he was in jail, he gets out of jail, he like changes his name, changes his appearance a little bit, whatever, but he moves back to Woodsboro, okay, and he has a kid, like family, it's been however many years, like things have changed, he got out early, so he's doing his own thing, and then Sydney, she comes back to Woodsboro, and I thought it'd be cool to see, like, what if they see each other, she kind of like recognizes him, but he's playing like a different character. He's like, oh no, like I'm this guy, like nice to meet you, like here's my family, but it's still Stu the entire time. Then at the end, like it reveals like Stu and then maybe his like son or daughter or whatever, like they're the killers. I thought that would be kind of cool. If you wanted to bring Stu back, because I know people want Stu to come back or Billy to come back in some way.
Picture this, dude. He's sitting in the living room, Stu is, with his kids, and his kids are up there watching TV on the floor, and he's like, hey, don't get too close to the TV. It's bad for your eyes. And then, yeah.
Might give you a real headache if you get too close.
Talk about being brainwashed by your TV.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, for sure.
Man. Oh. Just kidding. You know what my like out of left field killer is going to be, and I'm just like doing a ballsy guess. Like if it's like completely out of left field, my prediction is Mason Gooding. Don't know much about him, but just like the look of him, he looks like a killer to me. So if I'm just going like out of left field, that's my my bold prediction on who a killer could be.
Interesting, because I feel like, Kyle Gardner, like, as soon as I saw he was in, like, a part of the cast, I was like, he has to be a Ghostface. Come on. Like, I feel like he is, like, the Billy of this movie. You're kind of going in. And then if he doesn't turn out to be one, like, I would be surprised. Because I don't think, it's like, it's kind of like one of the things with Billy. It's like, he is your most obvious answer. I feel like maybe if they try to do some way to make it seem like he's not, but even if he wasn't a killer, I would still be surprised that he's not a killer, because I think, and like I'm sure everyone thinks, like he's going to be a killer.
He's got to be. I mean, look at this freaking stash right here, dude. He's getting like with the stash, he's going to have to shave that bad boy if he wants to throw anybody off in this thing. I think.
Yeah, but see, I wonder, but like the screen, like directors and all that going into the movie, kind of thought about that. Like, okay, Kyle Gallner is such a popular actor within the horror community. With him being in Jennifer's Body and the Nightmare on Elm Street remake,
Haunting in Connecticut.
Yeah, The Haunting in Connecticut, like all those movies of him being so popular that they even thought about that. Like, okay. Let's just mess with the audience and treat him like he's the villain, and then bam, he's actually a good guy.
What if he would be an opening death?
Oh, I bet that will hurt.
I would be so upset because I want to see as much of him as I can.
Yeah, and I feel like he'll play a major role, and I still believe he is going to turn out to be Stu's son. That's my prediction for him.
That would be cool. Or like, what if no, that'd be cool.
Go ahead.
No, I was just because I've also seen stuff like, oh, what if Billy has a kid? We're like, well, how would Billy have had a kid? Unless he was screwing someone else on the side and got them pregnant, but you never know, I guess.
It's kind of a long shot.
Yeah,
it's kind of a long shot.
Like, I feel like everyone just wants Billy and Stu to be in this movie somehow, some way. And it would be kind of weird seeing like flashback scenes. I still wonder because I feel like those will happen at some point in the movie. There's in pictures from the set, and it looks just like the original Scream, like with the type of cars that were in like the original Scream. So that makes me think like there will be flashbacks, but for what? And how are they gonna make it look like Stu and Billy? Like that's something I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, especially with how much older they've gotten too. So it's like to make them look young again. I'm telling you, they're gonna have to use that de-aging technology that they did like in the Star Wars with Leia and Rogue One. And I just don't think Scream's going to do that. I think they're going to find a way to incorporate everybody and try to make everybody happy the best they can. And of course, you're going to have your haters too, but they're going to do the best they can. I trust these directors. They did an amazing job with Ready or Not. And when I heard they were tasked with the job for Scream 5, I was on board immediately.
Me too.
For sure, man. Yeah, just the overall tone of Ready or Not, I think, works very well with the Scream franchise.
Yeah.
It was definitely worried with Wes Craven not obviously he's no longer with us, so a little bit worried with that. But I think they made a great decision in the director that they did pick, and I think it's in good hands, man. Ready or Not was fantastic, and so was VHS.
Yeah, I really like VHS. Another thing that I've heard about this movie is it's not going to be meta, which is kind of weird because, that's what the Scream movies are known for. But that's kind of what I've heard is that it's not going to be meta.
Can you explain that into detail just in case some people don't know what meta is, included?
Like meta is like just being self-aware, like in the original Scream, they are aware of the rules. They're watching Halloween. They're aware of these other movies, and it's like almost like they know, like this is a movie in a way. It's like
it's giving you the rules of the horror films and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like they give you like the scene with Randy and Stu. Like that's the perfect example. They're talking about the rules of a horror movie and like how to survive. That's because it's meta. They know, and they're living in that world, in like our world, pretty much, to where it's like we know the rules, they know the rules. That's what makes it so great. So not having a meta Scream movie because it's done in, like the third one. The third one is so fucking meta because they're with their selves, like, but it's not. Yeah, so it's like, and I love that though. That's like one of my favorite parts about Scream 3. So having a Scream movie that's not meta, it intrigues me because I feel like Ready or Not did such a great. It has that line of being still kind of like scary, but then there's this darkly comedic moment.
Yeah, dark humor.
Yeah. So, and I think that's maybe what Scream 5 will be more like is dark humor, but maybe not so self-aware. And then I think that would make it be a little bit more like gruesome. So
maybe they're being meta about not being meta though.
They could. It's just like a big old thing.
And like you could throw in like the fact that it's the fifth movie. It's always like the fifth movie in a franchise, always so far removed from what the original intent was. And there you go. The support of the meta-ness there in and of itself.
Exactly. I think they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I really think so too. And do y'all think that we're going to see another stab movie? Because Scream 4 really played heavy with the stab movies. What? How many were there? Like 5, 6,
7, 8.
Yes.
One of them goes into space or whatever. It's like,
oh my god! But watch the opening scene. We get stabbed, goes to space. Oh gosh.
That would be kind of cool. I love the inclusion of stab. I think
I do too.
Stab is so much fun, and I love in the second one when they're watching the first movie, like, and it's a little bit different. And I love that. So I think it would be cool. It would be crazy to see where Stab is in the year 2022. Like, what are they on now? Like, 12th movie? I don't know. I guess we'll.
Or they could do 13, or they could do 13 and make fun of Friday the 13th.
That would be fun, like a Scream Friday 13th version.
Exactly.
They're on Stab the series now on Netflix.
Yeah, see, they can do that, or hopefully they can bring up Shudder. Not a paid promotion, by the way, because I gotta make sure, but I love the Shutter app, so I gotta give them
me
props anytime
too.
I can. But if they could do like something like involving them, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, do you guys have anything else you want to add?
Destiny, is there anything else?
I think that's it. I'm looking over my little paper. I think that's it. We discussed a lot.
Oh yeah, we definitely did. We discussed as much as we could without, again, them handing us like stuff to talk about. And I'm sure once more news comes out or a teaser comes out, well, of course, we'll have you back on and we'll talk more about it.
Yes, always excited to talk about Scream. Very excited for Scream 5. It's one of my most anticipated movies. Still got another year till it comes out, which is upsetting, but we'll
yes. When's it supposed to come? I actually have that written down.
January
14th.
January 14th. So as of this recording, we got a year and 2 days before Scream 5 comes out. So I'm excited.
I'm very excited. Cannot wait.
Absolutely. So Brad, do you want us to carry us home?
Yeah, dude.
All right, let's carry us home. So, what did you all think about our Ghostface ranking and our thoughts about Scream 5? Do you agree with us or do you disagree with us? And that's okay to disagree as long as we're respectful about it. Let us know in that comment section down below and let's just get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to help us find the good reels, you can do so by locating us on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Twitter, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Those links are in the description. Destiny, do you want to tell them where we can find you outside of Creeping It Real? I know you got the Instagram thing and all that going on. We'll put those links down there, but go ahead and let the people know.
And future projects that you have in store too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so my Instagram is Beauty of the Living Dead. Says it right next to me. But yeah, I know. I always get like mixed up. So I was like,
I do the same.
Yeah, always.
It's always fun watching Brad mess up.
Yeah, every time I do, I'm like, oh, fuck. So, Dead, that's my Instagram. Then you can find my main Instagram, like on there. You don't have to follow both. Do whatever you want. I'm on Twitter. I don't really have too many horror people follow me on there, so I think it's like Des L Falk. I don't know, something like that. Future projects besides Keeping It Real, we have mine and Jason's show. That's going to be, we already did one episode. It's going to be the first Saturday, I believe, of next month. We're going to be watching Fear on VHS.
Good choice.
I think it's the 19th. Jason, Katie May, and Cassie, we're going to be watching Death Proof.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
First time watch. I actually just got it today, so I'm glad it came in. And then lastly, on the 3rd of February, Matt and I will be watching Valentine, which is another first time watch for me. But
awesome.
That, I think that's it.
Awesome. And then I'll throw, of course, you got your Stream Demons. See, I'm the mod for the Stream Demons. So you got your Stream Demons.
As soon as I get on here, and every time I get asked, my brain is just like, nothing. And then y'all are going to be on Keeping It Real too, and I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that too. Yeah, the next time we'll see you, we'll be on Keeping It Real on the 25th, and we're very, very excited about that.
I am too, playing this or that. So everyone, make sure they have their own little this or that's for us too.
Yes, and I might be stirring the pot as well.
You should. It sounds fun to stir the pot.
Oh, it is. So I'm not sure I'll do it as good as Chad, but Destiny.
I don't think anyone can.
Yeah, but Destiny, thank you so much for being a guest on here. You were awesome. Great to work with. Great to talk to you about Scream. And we would love to have you back as a special guest for Slash It Out or for even a watch along. Anything you want to do, let us know and we'll make it happen.
Awesome.
Woo! We'll have to do a Scream Slash It Out at some point.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be fun. Definitely. Yeah, well, thank you for having me on. It's always a blast to talk to y'all too. So thank you.
You are so welcome. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. That really helps out our channel. Of course, ring that bell, ding, 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 so you know when the next video is up and rolling. And this episode will be on our podcast as well, so stay tuned for that.
And we will see you guys soon.
And Destiny, this is where we'll do our finger point. There you go. She nailed it.
I can point too. Yay!
See you guys. What's going on, guys? If you're just tuning in just for the drawing results and you watch our video, I just want to say thank you so much. And Destiny was a really awesome guest. And so be sure again to go follow her on Instagram. Let's just support her because she is just not only just a great person to everybody, but she's a really good friend to me and Brad, and we appreciate her friendship. So with that in mind, Destiny was revealed to be the Ghostface prank caller that's been prank calling me. And so we had 29 people guessed right that it was indeed Destiny being the Ghostface prank caller. So I got each and every single one of you on this reel right here. And I have not spun it. I just got done with the list before I hit that record button. So without further ado, I am going to spin this. And who is going to win the $25 Amazon gift card? Let's find out right now. Kevin Matos, congratulations. You will win the $25 Amazon gift card. If you're watching this, be sure to contact me, and so we can figure out the best way to send that to you. And if not, I'll give it a full day, and then I will find a way to contact you so we can get that $25 Amazon gift card to you. And guys, we're going to be doing more contests like this in the future, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Of course, we're on podcast too with Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And of course, you can also follow our letterboxes too, so you know our star ratings for certain films. Again, we'll do more contests in the future. So again, just hit that subscribe button. Of course, ring that bell. Ding, ding, ding. So you know when the next video is up and rolling. So I'm going to head out, and I will talk to you guys later. If I play the right one.
Do that.
Hey, I gotta grab my computer charger. I'm an idiot. My computer's
Is it dying?
Yeah, it's about to die. Well, I've been cutting now. So sorry.
That's the timeout.
Time out.